to another junior number video. This is our second video on rounding to significant figures. We're going to focus on a couple of the key things we talked in the last video and then do lots of examples. Right, remember significant means most important and figures means digits. So these two examples, in 23,467, this number has 5 significant figures. In the number 95.38, this number has 4 significant figures. However, zeros are not considered to be significant. So in the number 13,000, it's only got 2 because the zeros at the end are not classified as significant figures. In the number 0.0000567, there's only 3 significant figures because the zeros at the front are not classified as significant. If a zero is caught up between two non-zero numbers, then that also becomes significant. And finally, remember that if we choose to round numbers, and that means rounding a zero appears, then the zero becomes significant as well. All right, let's see if we can go through some examples, start putting this into practice. Here are 5 examples for rounding to a required number of significant figures. Part A, let's round 3,700 to 1 significant figure. Well, the most important significant number in this is the 3. It represents 3 thousandths. But if we have a peek at the next number, if the next number is 5 or greater, then it's got to be rounded up. And it's a 7. So we're going to round the 3 up to a 4. And then we're going to fill up the rest of the places with zeros. Notice the 7 disappears and becomes a 0, and then we add on 2 more zeros as well. So 3,700 gets rounded up to 4,000. Remember, these zeros at the end are not significant. All right, 213 million is part B, and we're going to round that to 2 significant figures. So the 2 most important numbers are the 2 and the 1. So we're going to look at the next digit, have a peek. It's a 3. It's not going to round the 1 up. So we're going to write down the 2 and the 1, and then we're going to fill up all the rest of the placeholders with the zeros. So 213 million gets rounded to 210 million. These zeros are not significant, remember? All right, part C, we're going to take 4,058, round it to 3 significant figures. So here are our 3 most significant figures, 405, but we're going to have a peek at the next number. It's an 8, and that means the 5 is going to get rounded up 1 to 406, but then we must add a 0 to make it 4,060. Now, this 0 is significant because it's caught up between 2 non-zero, and this 0 is not significant because it's at the end of a number. Right, part D and E are a little bit tricky. If we take the number 23.95 and round it to 2 significant figures, the 2 most significant figures are 23, and we have a peek at the next number, which is a 9, and that tells us to round it up to 24. So there are the 2 significant figures. So part D is okay, but part E, let's have a look at part E. We want to round it to 3 significant figures. So here are the 3 significant figures, and we peek at the next number. The 5 means the 9 gets rounded up to a 10, which means the 23 becomes 24, but we must put 24.0 because we need 3 significant numbers. This 0 is now significant. Right, example 2. Here's some more numbers to round to significant figures. So let's go. Number 1, we round it to 1 significant figure, which is just that 5. But peeking at the next number, it gets rounded up to a 6, so it becomes 0.006. These numbers are not significant, by the way. Part B, we're rounding to 3 significant figures. So here's our 3 important significant numbers. So it's going to become 0.000903. These are not significant, but this number is because it's caught up between 2. And finally, part C, rounding to 2 significant figures, so 0.93, but the next number is a 5, which rounds it up to 0.94. All right, thanks very much for watching.